Hello, 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 my beautiful butterflies. This is day 19 of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. And let me tell you something. It did not disappoint. It did not disappoint. Just to recap, it started with that Dr. Hughes wrapping up her testimony, which was so biased. It's so biased. Like, you don't need to be in the court system to figure out how biased it is. I'm glad they brought that up during the cross-examination. They asked her her use of the genders, she versus he, basically. Every time she talked about a victim, it was she. Every time it was the perpetrator, it was a he. But yeah, wrap that up. Amber Heard hit the stand. Ms. Amber Heard hit the stand, and it just ended. So I'm trying to soak it all in. And let me tell you, Amber Heard is I'm only familiar with Amber Heard from Aquaman. Like, honestly and truly. Any other thing she was in, I didn't even know until they were doing the beginning of her testimony, and she was talking about the different movies she was in. She was in movies I watched that I didn't even know she was in. Her acting on the stand might have been better than in Aquaman. Yeah, I said it. She was definitely acting, and it was like I want to say terrible. It was just like okay, all right, let me not touch the cards because I'm gonna get distracted. And I'm talking to you from someone who has many clear psychic talents. So if you're not familiar with that, clair, just you'll hear psychics say clair, and it usually means the majority of the clair psychic skills, like clairaudience, clairvoyant, clairsentient, so forth, right? And so I was tapping into that during the testimony. First off, she's highly projecting. She's projecting this: I was groomed by this older man, twice my age, or nearly twice my age. I don't know the exact age, actually more, because Johnny Depp's older than me. Johnny Depp must be almost 60 now. Wow, damn. And so like this grandpa approached me. He coerced me into his office. He showed me all these wonderful books, and we connected, and I got the job for Rum Diaries, and it was amazing. And I'm on the set, and there's these little things of him, my ears ringing. Man, when I'm telling you I'm on shit, I'm on shit. It's like, oh, he's like pampering me, and he's letting me sit in the car so I'm not hot. And then one day he invites me into his trailer, and he kind of kicks up his legs a little bit, and he sees a little bit of underneath my robe, and he's like, he's a little flirtatious, and I push him away, and you know, that whole vibe was screaming this older man from Hollywood, seasoned older man from Hollywood. Me, small town girl from a small town in Texas that you probably never even heard of, which I actually heard small town before, which is like surprisingly, because I don't really know geography. And so it was like, so she gave out that first off, right? Bam. And I have notes, so I'm going to go into all this in the tarot. So like, just be patient with me. The recap is necessary to follow along. So then you have that. Then you have when the actual abuse started, according to her. That's when the acting went on, you know? And it was like, oh, and then he slapped me, and oh, and I'm not making light of domestic violence and abuse. I'm not. is actually triggering for me based on my own background. And I think that's why I'm trying not to be biased. But there's some ways that she presented herself that even without using psychic skills, as a victim, I'm looking at her like I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm truly not. And I mentioned before, I watched a live stream on Emily D. Baker's YouTube channel, and the comment section, there's a lot of people in the comment section who are victims of abuse, and they were saying the same thing that I was thinking, like, it doesn't connect right, you know, like some of the things, like just me personally, right, when I'm telling the story, it's very hard for me to look at somebody as I'm talking, and I actually have to force my face to go up or my eyes to look up as like, oh shit, you know, like I need to look at the person. But it's hard. It's very hard to do that. And the way she was staring at the jury, like, and then the lip starts to quiver a little bit. No tears, just the lip starts to quiver. And then as soon as the next question comes up, it's like her whole facial expressions changes, and she's back on whatever story, you know. So that's 2. So that's none of them we're going to talk about. 3. Her timeline is so up and down, up and down, up and down. It's like you're trying to follow the story and you can't. Like 1 minute, are they married? Are they still dating? Wait, they're on a plane? Is this their honeymoon? Are they traveling somewhere? Are they home? What happened with the dogs? Like, it's just like this whole jumping up and down the way she tells her story. And I wrote on the thing, on my notes, storytelling narrative. It's like this, it's like she's writing a book out loud. And this is coming from me, who's a writer. It's like she's writing a book out loud. It's very descriptive. It reminds me of some mess I would have wrote when I was like 13. Like overly dramatic, you know? Not to get off topic, but when you're writing, they tell you to cut out the flowery stuff, right? If you have 500 words and when it's time to self-edit and you can't get it down to, I'm gonna just give a number, 300, that means you didn't properly edit your story. And she uses a lot of flowery descriptions, and it comes across as somebody who is, and I just heard, I'm on it. It's coming across as someone, because it is exactly what's happening. She's taking her story, she's omitting her parts, her things that she did wrong, and she's omitting the truth, and she's inserting narrative to fill it all in. And I honestly don't know how she's able to keep it straight, because she must have had to tell the story how many times during these last few years. So I would not be surprised if they cross-reference depositions and stuff. They could catch the errors. So we have that. Anything else I'm going to talk about? Oh, shout out to writer-director TL. Writer-director TL. I'm going to talk about some of the things we talked about in the last tarot reading about Amber Heard and Elon Musk. He really, like, or she, I'm assuming it's a he because of one of his comments that he made. Correct me if I'm wrong with the gender, TL. I'm just going off of that because of the first comment you made when I asked about toxic women. And yeah, I think that's it. All right, so first off, oh, and did she fake the nosebleed? Did she fake the nosebleed? I'm going to ask that as well. All right, so let's start with the inconsistent. No, I'm not going to start with the inconsistent timeline. I just addressed that. What am I starting with, Ancestor? Is she, I'm going to follow up on energy check about the jurors. In the last video, I mentioned that it is gonna tip. The scales are gonna tip some in her favor after her testimony. So I want to see where it's at right now. Let's see. Ooh, there it goes again. I'm being blocked. That's okay. All right, so I got the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and I have the Queen of Cups. Was it no, it was the Queen of Wands last time. Yeah, they're not feeling the emotions. Surprisingly, because I know it's more men in that audience, in the audience. See, it's like she's acting. I'm saying audience. I thought it more men would be more like poor baby, but they're not buying it like I thought they would. I have the Magician in the reverse, the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Cups, Eight of Cups. A lot of actually, they don't like the emotions. When Johnny Depp was telling his story, it was more, he was very descriptive. I mentioned it in another video. He has a great way of telling stories. So it wasn't he kind of little fib, but it's more to do with how he tells his story, more so than anything else, because he's very much of a storyteller versus the way Amber Heard testimony, where it's like a very trashy novel that got turned into a terrible Lifetime movie starring some actress that used to be a Real Housewife. You know, it's like, it's bad. It's really bad. It's very emotional. It's how someone would think there should be as a domestic V person. I'm trying not to say that word a lot because of YouTube. Yeah, they're not buying it as much as she's thinking. There's a few though. Not a few, I shouldn't say a few. There's a couple. One, two. There's a couple on the King of Swords. There's a couple that do believe her. They don't believe everything though. Even the couple that's like believing her story as of now, they're not 100% sold. Because they notice the discrepancy. They're telling me to wait. Like, it's gonna come out. Like, not come out. Actually, yeah, well, I think one of the jurors gonna spill all. But, after the case. But it's, what I mean is, like I've been mentioning, like, this is like a, divine intervention. I just heard in my ear, divine intervention. And my back's starting to hurt. I am tapping, something does not want me to tap into this. And I'm not the only tarot reader that's going in on this. So the fact that I'm being attacked tells me I'm on the right track. Yeah, they're not believing her story. There's too many holes. Way too many holes. They believe Johnny more. They believe Johnny's side of the story more. And it's not just because of Johnny's story. His law team comes across as more professional, and like they have something to have it put together. And they feel like Amber Heard's team is hiding something, which they are, which I discovered today what it is. I'll bring that up in a second. My mind is focusing on this guy in the cup. There's gonna be a witness that's is gonna say something that's gonna unravel a lot of things. They're gonna call a witness to the stand. and that person is gonna reveal something. And I'm hearing accidental on purpose. It's a fake friend. It's somebody Amber Heard thinks is on her side, and they're not. And an accidental on purpose. You could even see, like, look, there's a snake, like, coming out of the cup towards the person in the cup. Yeah, I'm also looking at the other cup. That looks like a woman's statue. I think it's gonna be a woman. I wouldn't be surprised. Is it her sister? I keep hearing about family with Amber Heard. Like, I didn't know until today that her mom died. Money keeps coming up. Money keeps coming up. Money's in play. Big money. Elon Musk. I think she's, no, I know that Elon Musk is a power broker in all of this. Amber Heard does not have the financial money, the financial stability that she's perpetrating to have. She's being supplied by Elon Musk. To keep her mouth shut. So that's blackmail. That's blackmail. When I know I'm onto something, when everything around me gets silent. And right now I feel like everything is silent right now. So yeah. Since we're on Elon Musk, on the previous video I was talking about a baby and somebody's pregnant, and my subscriber, shout out to all my new subscribers. If you're not subscribed, you gotta subscribe. Yeah, so this is my new subscriber, writer director TL, was like breaking it down to me in the comment box, and I was like, oh my gosh. They mentioned embryos and a whole bunch of other stuff I'm not gonna get to on video, but it made sense to what was being tied to what I was picking up in the video about Amber Heard and Elon Musk. So what I suggest is watch that video, read his comments. Yeah, watch the video, read his comments. I'm not gonna say it on camera, but there's that. And then did she fake the nosebleed? There's also that fight scene. I'm telling you, she's acting. Like, every time I start talking about it, I'm using words like fight scene and writing and books and audience. On the plane, and also they're talking about Conchella. So here's the thing. So as I was watching that, I'm not even gonna use the tarot for this. It was a channel. I was channeling it while I was watching it. What she does is this is for entertainment purposes, everything is alleged, is she uses drugs as an excuse for her promiscuity, and then blames Johnny Depp for his jealousy and overreacting, and when in actuality she's purposely doing it to trigger him. And not just to trigger him, she actually wants to hook up with the person. I was hearing threesome, so I think if they have not had a threesome, which I think they have, I think she was trying to like instigate one on the plane with the flight attendant. Johnny wasn't having it, and I think that's what caused that whole fight. Which I'm pretty sure cross-examination is going to get into that whole thing. So I'll save it for that. And anything else? The verbal abuse. Johnny Depp verbal abuse. That's probably was the only time that she was more honest than anything else. Johnny Depp verbal abuse, and also when she was telling her story when she was young. I mean, she skipped over all of it when she was talking about when growing up in Texas, but it was more genuine than any other part of her testimony. And I mean, if you listen to the audio, obviously there's verbal abuse heard on there, you know. So to be fair, to not be biased, I'm a little biased. I am. I'm not on the jury, so I'm gonna admit that. Yeah, there's definitely verbal abuse involved on both their parts. The whole relationship was toxic as AF, and I genuinely hope that they get the counseling and help that they need, so they could be in successful relationships with other people, because not them together, but with other people. All right, so there's that. So now what I've been holding off on doing was a karmic reading on Amber Heard and the damage that she has done to Johnny Depp life. I haven't done it. No, we're not using these. We are using, what are we using? Oh, they want me to use the angel cards first. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna split this in half, because it seems like there's a lot to be said. I got yes. I got yes. So I'm right on point. I got yes. I got a year from now. What's gonna be a year from now? The truth. The truth will set you free. I just heard. So self-forgiveness. Oh, Johnny Depp going to therapy. He is definitely getting. This is like being. Okay, so imagine like your most toxic behaviors being put on display for the whole world, and you have a choice: either continue that behavior or get the help you need. He's gonna get the help he needs. This is like he's being pushed in the right direction, which I'm very happy to hear. Let yourself receive. Part of his karma is, I mentioned this in the Johnny Depp career, Hollywood reception, which I'm happy for him, but at the same time, it's like, it's so messed up, because it's like, where were y'all years ago when all this first started? Like, Hollywood is so fake. It is so fake. But now they want to be Johnny Depp buddy. Healing toxic wounds. Ooh, her father's still alive, right? Is he testifying? He's not on Amber Heard's side. He has an NDA. He has a lot to say, but he can't say it unless they put him on trial. I don't even know if he's on the witness list. That man got a whole lot to say. I have wait and let go. Wait and let go for who? Amber Heard. This is going back to information coming out. All right, so remember when I said go back to the comment box regarding EM? We're gonna call him EM from now on. He is doing some, Yeah, I could say it. All right, thank you. He's doing some spiritual protection right now. Protection for himself. Well, he's not doing it. He has some very heavy hitters doing it. And because they're protecting him, they're in turn protecting her. But it's temporary. So when all this is over and he doesn't have to worry about testifying and his reputation, you're going to start to see it unravel. The spell is going to, because it's a spell, the spell is going to run its course. And when that happens, because basically right now it's like all her negative karma is being poured into a bucket, and the water faucet it on, and the water just running. And the only thing that's stopping it from spilling over is this protection over her. But as soon as the protection is gone, everything's going to spill out. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. They're telling me to pay attention. The truth will set you free. Break free. I don't know why I ignore these things. I had this on the bottom of the deck and said I'm going to ignore it. I shuffle it up, and it's the first card that comes out. Break free. Unlikely and wait again. We had wait the first time? Yeah, we did. We had wait. So we have wait twice. This is definitely coming out. It has to do with the dad. It has to do with her family. Which I keep picking up. Her family. Family history of abuse. Family history of abuse. Family timeline. Family deceptions. Law. Family law. Like maybe she got into it when she was a kid and it's hidden. Like childhood. Like a juvenile record. My back's starting to hurt. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. Choose a new direction and make a direction. Make a decision and choose a new direction in alchemy. Yeah. Yeah, this is, the spiritual protection is going to run out. Spells run out on its own anyway. Some longer than others. It just depends on how powerful a spell is. It could be a week, it could be lifetimes. But they do run its course. And this one is set to run out very soon. It's not a forever spell. This is set to run out very soon. She's gonna lose her career. Everything that she thinks she's doing to Johnny Depp is gonna happen to her. So she thinks she's taking his career away. And you know what? I just heard she's doing all these things because she wants him back. She wants him to want her back. It's so toxic. There's this look what you, it's like Gone Girl. It's so much like Gone Girl. It's like, look what you did to me. You I was this prize and you took advantage of it, so therefore I'm going to destroy your life. And it was Jesus. I don't like people like that. I do not. It's like what time is it? This video is almost 30 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's giving, her karma is gonna be all right. So money, but not just money. This is Elon Musk. EM has been showing up as the King of Pentacles. So he's withdrawing his protection. Once he does that, hold on, I got a timeline here. Okay. She's the Page of Pentacles. Once he withdraws, Ian withdraws his protection, that's when the shit's gonna hit the fan. That's when you're gonna see a lot of things in the news about stolen money. Another subscriber mentioned that about is she the reason why Johnny Depp doesn't have money? Like, did she take his money? You're gonna hear about stolen money. You're gonna hear about stolen roles. Hollywood is gonna turn their back on her completely and throw her to the wolves, because they have to think. Okay, so with Will Smith and the Oscars, the Academy, part of the reason why the Academy banned Will Smith from attending the Oscars for 10 years was because they were completely embarrassed by how they acted. Because they say, oh, we asked him to leave, but he didn't leave. And then they say, oh, we asked his publicist to ask him to leave. Like, they should... It didn't look good, because after he went up there and he slapped Chris Rock, and then even if he stayed, it was the fact that after he got the Oscar, and you have all of Hollywood applauding and nodding their heads like, yeah, good job, we agree with you. You have to stand up for your family. And it looked bad. So as retribution, they went heavy on the punishment to try to show like, we will not stand for this. And that's what's gonna happen in Hollywood. They're gonna throw her under the bus, because they're like, somebody has to take the blame for how they treated Johnny Depp. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna take the blame. Yeah, we should have waited for investigation. Yeah, we should have believed him. Yeah. It's far easier for us to throw you underneath the bus. They cannot wait. They cannot wait to do it. She's gonna be offered roles that she's not gonna want. For one of them is gonna be a porno. And I'm hearing D-list actor. D-list actor. Like, she just went from, like, she was skirting A-list after she got Aquaman, and because she was married to Johnny Depp. And now she's gonna get kicked down to D-list, which for her is embarrassing, because she's all about status and approval and how people perceive her. And that's why that's part of her karma. For somebody else, they'll just be grateful that they're still working, but not her. She's all about image and how people perceive her, and respect. Like, she sees that as respect. So yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up with tomorrow predictions. So it's gonna be more of the same. I don't even think she's gonna get redirected tomorrow. I think they're gonna she might after lunch, which they're trying to time it. So Johnny Depp team doesn't want to do the redirect tomorrow. Johnny Depp team wants to wait, because they're hoping if they could drag it out, if her testimony drags out, then they have a week to prepare, because next week there's no court hearing, no court trial at all, because the judge has to do a thing. So it buys them time to do her testimony. So even if they do a full direct tomorrow, that means tomorrow's Thursday. So that means that they will have time. Even if it's a half day, they could still stretch it out and then do a follow-up on the week. And also, but on the flip side, Amber Heard team does not want that. So they don't know. It's really bad timing. They actually shouldn't have put her up on the stage. Look at that. They shouldn't have put her up on the as a witness now. They should have waited until court comes back in session the week after, because however you work it, at some point Johnny Depp's team is gonna have a week to prepare to follow up in the cross-examination. So yeah, so that's all. Thank you guys so much. I think this, unless something major happens, I probably will do something tomorrow. I'm just so fascinated by this. All right, so subscribe, like, share if you like a book or reading. The information is in the description box. I really appreciate you guys. Until next time, bye.